welcome to the 48th episode of the Meeple Society, a podcast about board games hosted by two longtime role players turned avid board gamers. My name is Katy.
I'm Greg.
On this episode, we are going back to the drawing board with all new segments, a retreat based solely around board gaming with 200 close friends, our crowdfunding backlog, and the ins and outs of our collection, plus a quiz show. Wait, a quiz show? What?
And welcome to the episode 48. Surprise you with that one?
What?
Yes, you have. It's easy. You'll see. It's close to the end. We'll talk about it then.
Okay.
Yes, as you can tell, I didn't let Katy know any of what could be on the quiz show.
Yeah. I'm scrolling down here through the notes, and board game quiz show hosted by you. Okay.
Yep.
Well, this should be not fun. Okay.
Not fun. Whatever.
Anyway,
we're talking Dice Tower Retreat coming up.
But before we do that, let's back up a second and explain. We are just a duo now.
Yep.
No longer a quad. What? I'm not sure what the term would be.
A foursome.
That's not the right term.
I could have said something else, but
Anyway, Mark and Jess have decided to step away for the time being. Life just got in the way. Mark's schedule is incredibly busy, plus having a 10-year-old. They've just
10-year-old can make their lives really busy. Jess's life got really busy.
Lyric is, bless her heart, she's a high-strung child.
Yes.
She is going to be a handful as she gets older, and not in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
She is just going to keep them on their toes.
Yep.
As she has since the day she was born, from what I understand. So they've decided to step away just again because of life in general.
They may be back.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
I'm sure. As maybe when Lyric graduates high school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, even if it's back for a guest spot. Like they came on to do something.
There you go.
We'll see.
All right. But that explains just the two of us being here. And we are going to therefore change some things up. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of board gaming on our own. We actually do quite a bit every month. However, a lot of it is geared around other things. So we're going to start bringing what we do on our YouTube channel, a little bit of that into this.
Yes. Yep.
So
and speaking of YouTube channel though too. We just got done doing our 12-hour marathon for Extra Life.
We did. And it's fun. It was not as successful as the first one, but then the second ones never are.
Nope.
I think in my experience, anytime you do any kind of a big fundraising push, the first one is always great. And then the second one dies.
Yeah.
And you've got to really work toward it to bring up that level to get it to be a consistent thing. So
right. And we didn't really advertise this one as much as we did the 24.
No, we did not, unfortunately. And it just, again, life.
Yep. We had a lot going on.
It's summer,
Well, yeah.
But we will do more for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at what avenues we have for that and trying to figure out our future plans on that aspect.
So as I said before, we got into that whole conversation. We have upcoming events, as in the Dice Tower Retreat coming up. What is that? September 4th through the 10th.
Yes. We are heading down to Miami on the 3rd, and we'll be there for an entire week with as I saw somebody post on Facebook that he was going to be spending a week gaming with 200 of his closest friends. And that just stuck in my mind when I was writing up the beginning. I'm like, we have met some really close friends there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we met, and again, you guys have seen all of these guys on our 24, if you were there. But we met Doug and Mary there. We met Adil there. He was at our 12-hour just last week.
For one game, he got called away. He's a dentist and got called away on an emergency.
But we met Jeff there.
Yep.
We have met some really, really close friends, people that I would not be afraid to call some of my best friends.
Yeah.
At the retreat. So, and every year we meet more.
Yep.
So I'm excited to go again and see who else we can meet this time.
Mm-hmm. So people who don't know about the retreat, this is a get together of, like, as Katy said, of 200 people.
Yep.
And I think this year is actually more than 200 this year.
He
It's like
usually sits
250.
between 250. His cap is always 250.
Mhm. And they hold this at the Doubletree Hilton at the Miami airport. It's not really at the airport; it's across the highway from the
Well,
airport, but it's
still
by the
considered
airport.
Miami hotel, yeah, or airport hotel.
Yep, and it's all it is gaming. There is no dealer hall. There's no vendors, nothing. It is just flat out gaming.
The Dice Tower Library, all 26 to 28 shelves, whatever it's at right now, is all laid out on the walls, and it's open picking. You know, there's no table to check anything out with. They usually have somebody manning the table for questions, or if you find something with lost pieces. The Dice Tower staff is always milling about, involved in games with people. They sit down. We've been taught games now by both Wendy and Chris and by Tom. We've sat down and gamed with and Mike. We've sat down and gamed with Chris several times. Been in several games with him now. In fact, isn't he responsible for us buying Cloud City? Or
yes, he is.
So
the first game we played when we got there last year.
Yeah. So it's a great way to just sit and relax. For an entire week. We never leave the hotel unless we want to go someplace for dinner.
And this year it's an entire week.
It's an entire week, Monday through
Sunday.
Usually,
last time it was like
it's usually
Wednesday through Sunday.
Wednesday morning through Sunday afternoon. And they usually open it up Tuesday evening because they're done early. This time they're just I think this year they're taking advantage of the holiday and they're just planning to open it Monday.
Yeah.
So granted, we're going to be there all day Monday. So who knows? We'll get a hold of Chris, see if they need help unloading. Maybe make use of our spare time there Monday afternoon.
And if you're listening and you're going to the retreat, we'll see you there. Look us up and let's play some games.
We'll be there. Absolutely.
So that is the Dice Tower retreat.
Yeah. Do we have anything else upcoming at the moment?
Nope. Not the only thing that's on the schedule isn't until Memorial Day weekend, and that's our next 24-hour marathon.
That unless we come up with something before then. That's the next big one. So
that's the next big one.
Absolutely. That was so much fun.
Yep. So we are switching gears now off of what's upcoming. We're gonna go and catch up on all of our Kickstarter bloat, I guess you could call it.
Sure. And we're not nearly as bad as some people I know.
No.
I.e. Mark.
I.e. our fellow co-hosts.
So, but we do have quite a bit out there. I realized yesterday we were going through BackerKit to make sure we hadn't missed anything on a couple of them. And I started counting, and I think we're at like 13 now.
And that's a lot for us.
For us, that's a lot. No, I take that back. We're at 12. Okay.
And that's total between the two of us, correct?
Okay. Yes, that's between both of us. Okay. And we usually stick at about a dozen. But we just had 3 deliver in the last month.
Yeah, we had what? Ice,
Junk Drawer, and Life of the Amazonia all delivered within the last month and a half now.
And we've played Ice like and Junk Drawer, but we have not gotten Life of the Amazonia.
We've not gotten.
Now you played it at Gen Con.
Yes, I got to play it at Gen Con, and I really liked it. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to. I just finished up my unboxing of it, got it done and edited. It is literally exporting as we speak.
Yep.
So fingers crossed, all will go well with that, and I can have that up on the channel. By the time this show comes
out, it'll be on the channel.
It'll be on the channel. Yep. So you can see the unboxing with all the deluxe components. Yep. Oh, it's beautiful. Yep. It is a beautiful game.
Speaking of Gen Con, before we get into to our Kickstarters.
Back up a minute.
Yeah. Well, we were going to talk a little bit of what we did at Gen Con.
True. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
You wanted
to mention that. Yeah.
Talk about Gen Con a little bit.
Sort of upcoming, but in the past. So, But yeah, Gen Con was interesting. We did a Gen Con breakdown on the channel.
Yes.
So you can always, if you want more information about all the stuff we picked up, by all means, check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we spent the full 4 days there. We had 2 friends in town. But because of that, we didn't schedule events this year.
Because normally when we go 4 days, we do events.
Yes.
To keep us out of the dealer hall from spending money. But that never works anyway. But
no.
It's
No,
a
it
goal.
doesn't. Someday maybe we'll make that goal,
Mhm.
but it didn't happen this year.
No.
So we purposely did not schedule events this year because we of them being in town. So therefore, we just kind of wandered. We got into some demo games here and there. It was crowded.
You're very crowded.
This year hit record levels. It was 70,000 plus people. Previous record was actually in 2019, right before the pandemic started, was 68,000. So, I mean, naturally, if the pandemic had not happened and the last 3 years had not been what they were,
Yeah.
chances are it would have been this high anyway.
Yeah. Well,
but
I'm thinking Lorcana kind of had something to do with this.
Well, there were two things I think spurred this growth. One was Lorcana.
Correct.
Two, I was talking with somebody standing in line for something. I don't remember what it was now. Standing in line at some register, somebody mentioned the fact that they had just gotten into gaming over the pandemic, and she wondered if that was a lot of the crowd.
True.
Were people
I didn't think about that.
To the hobby, because Lord knows the pandemic did a lot for both the puzzle hobby and the board gaming hobby.
Yeah.
So, and probably video games and a number of other things too. But I had not thought of that until she said that.
Right.
That they had only gotten into gaming
thought about it
until
you said it.
So, and I keep seeing, and after she said that to me, I started thinking about all these other posts I keep seeing on Facebook about, hey, we're new to the hobby. We just started a year ago. Here's our collection, blah, 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 blah. There's been a lot of them. So that may be a lot of the increase in traffic too. And a lot of why people were the dealer hall was so crowded with people purchasing.
Yeah.
There were numerous dealers who were sold out of almost everything by Friday.
Yeah.
So,
well, I heard the report that Star Wars, the card game, that they announced on Wednesday before the dealer hall even opened that they were already sold out of it. I'm like, how do you sell out at Gen Con before
Gen Con even
starts?
Yeah.
Right?
Makes you wonder.
It's like, did they just not get their shipment in? And this is what they were trying to say is like, hey, we're sold out. Sorry.
But probably nicer to just simply say, hey, guys, we didn't get the shipment. I mean, why would they lie to people like that? That seems silly. Or they didn't get very much and it sold to other vendors or something, which really should not have happened. But I don't know. I don't know what the full story was there.
No.
But I did hear that I saw a report from Chris at the Dice Tower, ironically, that on Friday night, a bunch of vendors got together who all housed their goods at
a warehouse in Atlanta.
A warehouse in Atlanta. Everybody housed their goods in the same place. Then all these vendors got together and paid a truck driver to come up through the night and bring everybody new stock.
Yep. So Saturday morning, everybody had stock back in their booths.
Thank goodness. Considering how busy Saturday was, they wouldn't have had anything to sell.
Yes, but Cosmoctopus was not a game that came back up.
Yep, they were indeed sold out.
That was a game that I wanted to see play before I was going to purchase it. And unfortunately, it was Saturday before we got over to that area of the dealer hall. If you've never been to Gen Con, picture the dealer hall, booth, the size of a football field.
Yes. There are 30 rows of dealers. The rows go from 100 to 3,000.
Yes.
In 100 increments. But 30 rows of dealers.
And they go from 01 to like 40 or 50 deep.
Oh, at least. Yeah, I think I'd
in most of it. But once you get past like 24, it gets even longer.
Yeah.
Because that area opens up.
It opens up partially into what used to be the demo areas.
Well, it still is the demo area.
Yes, it still is the demo area, but they've taken over some of the demo area to be more of the dealer hall. I'm afraid one of these days they're going to move the demo area someplace entirely, and that whole area is going to be dealer hall. That'd be crazy.
Yes, that would be real crazy to do.
I don't know where they'd move it to.
I don't either.
Unless this new hotel has something to do with it. The new hotel they're building. I don't know. All speculation. Don't quote us on anything.
Okay. Yeah. So if you were able to get Lorcana
was a little crazy. We did not.
No, you weren't really interested.
That line was easily a quarter mile, half a mile long.
It stretched the entire length of the
convention center.
The convention center.
And out the door, out the main door on Capitol, and then down at least halfway
toward Union Station.
At least halfway down toward the stadium.
Yep.
I would say that line was easily half that.
Now, I would love to hear from people who stood in line to get it and now have played it. Was it worth standing and waiting instead of waiting a couple weeks for your stores to get it?
I've heard everybody I've heard said it's a great game and it is going to give Magic a run for its money. So I don't know. And I can see that. And again, I haven't played Magic in 30 years. So please take anything I say with a grain of salt. All right, 27 years. But we got into Magic very early on.
First edition. It was like first edition.
And some of the cards we still have are first edition. I think and they're not worth anything.
The last time we bought cards from a collection or the little booster packs was Homelands.
Yeah. It was, I believe what it was called. Eric was a baby.
Yeah, that was like the mid to late 90s. Somebody didn't turn off their phone.
It wasn't me. Mine's in the other room. Yeah, it's been a long time. Had we stayed in it, we'd have been in from the ground floor. And I understand a lot of people who want to get into it. It's intimidating now to try because there's 30 years of history.
Oh, yeah.
This, I think, Disney Lorcana, it's a family-friendly theme.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't family-friendly to get.
Well, no. The line there was not very family-friendly on Thursday, but that's beside the point. By now, if you know anything about board gaming, you've probably heard all the stories, so we won't go into it.
Right.
But, and if you haven't, just watch our Gen Con wrap-up. We talk about it there. So, I don't know. A lot of people, especially people with children, lyrics age children, 10 years old or so, are definitely getting into it now because of the theme and because they can get in on the ground floor and see what all the hype is about. Personally, I don't like trading card games. I don't like the collectible card games. I hate having to build my own deck. That's why I didn't like I never built a deck in Magic. Let's get real. Somebody else always built it for me. But I dislike building decks about as much as I dislike building characters.
Right.
So, but anyway, so yeah, it was crazy. They did straighten things up Friday through Sunday, and the lines went peacefully. And from what I understand, everybody who was in line got product.
Yep.
So at least you didn't stand in line for overnight and not get anything. So that's something.
Okay.
But
so we are going to slide back over where we were originally heading to. To our backlog of Kickstarters of things that are actually still out, not what we just got, things that are actually still out. So
what are we looking forward to? All that kind of stuff.
So this first one is one Katy backed. She didn't even talk to me about it. She didn't say anything. She's backing it. No, you all of a sudden it's like, I'm waiting for Collab to get in. I wish you would really hurry up and get here. And I was like, what's Collab?
Well, I didn't
just like you did with Planet Unknown too. I had no idea what Planet Unknown was too until she said that she had backed this game called Planet Unknown.
And now it's a Spiel des Jahres nominee. So obviously I had good taste. Okay. So hopefully we'll be just as lucky with this one.
This is the difference between Kickstarters with me and Kickstarters with Katy. Katy sees something shiny and she goes, ooh, must have. Which the last one we talk about today, you'll understand. But me, I look at it, I watch videos about it, I discuss it with her, I show her the videos about it, and then I was like, what do you think? Do you think we should back it? Oh yeah, sure, go ahead. Okay.
I watched the Kickstarter video, like just a little preview page, and I read the page. That's not enough. I'll have to remember that. Probably.
Anyway, so this first one's Collab. This is the one you've been waiting for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, I backed this one in February last year, and it is already, oh my goodness, it is already.
It was originally dated to be January 2023.
Yeah.
And now it's November.
It's been pushed back to November, and I don't even know if it's.
Is it out of production yet?
I don't know. Every update, I stopped paying attention to the updates. I make sure it's still active, and every one of them they're still showing us minis and stuff. I'm like, okay, obviously not done yet, and I just scroll past. I got tired of reading the updates.
Right.
But I mean, it looks really interesting. Gosh,
Their last update was August 17th. They just got back from Gen Con, it says.
well, gosh, I wish I'd known they were there.
So it's post Gen Con production progress and Phoenix artwork or art spotlight. Oh yeah, they were demoing it there.
What?
They got pictures of them demoing it.
Cut.
It was over in the stadium. I mean, we were only over in the stadium a couple times.
I don't know. It looks really cool. It's a dice, basically a dice worker placement from what I remember. Again, it's been a year since I've even looked at the Kickstarter page. So, but you're building out your board with tiles. You can add bonus tiles to the board, and it just looked really cool to me. And why not, right?
Right. Sure.
So
it does look cool. There's a lot of dice.
There's a lot of specialty dice. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. It looks really interesting.
The box looks cool.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
All the little minis and the dice holders and
little triangle and squares.
Yep.
I wonder if those were because they show these triangles in one of the pictures. They show these little triangles, and then they also have little squares and little circles. But then they have the little potion type bottles, the beakers or the triangle beakers in there and stuff. So I don't know.
I don't even. I don't.
I'm not seeing anything on here when they're saying, "Hey, we're going to deliver here," but they're basically talking about their experience at Gen Con.
Okay. Yeah, the last time I saw, they were anticipating November of this year. So,
yep.
If I get it by Christmas, I'll be happy.
Okay. So that's collab. Next one is Age of Rome. Yep. See, this is another one. This in April of 2022. It was originally supposed to be here this March, March 23. Now it's not till September.
You're saying next month, but
yeah.
No, this isn't the one you said was still waiting for a ship.
No, that's another one.
Yeah, I don't know if
here.
that's.
Their last update was August 2nd. It's saying the day has come to get our ships ready and loaded. The games are almost loaded and the ships are starting their engines. So the Age of Rome can find its way home. So it's packed and loaded. So I'm surprised I haven't gotten any notice. Although, like I said, the last update on this one was August 2nd.
It was almost a month ago, though.
Yeah.
Well, 3 weeks ago.
But this one was really cool because of
it's a modular board, isn't it?
It's
I don't remember.
It is it's not a modular board. It's the game that you're putting discs into the board and then the board moves.
That's right.
So where you're at one point might not be where you end up at another time.
That's right.
So it looked really cool. Really I mean, all the parts look really cool with it. There's stackable discs that go into the board itself, and it looked really cool. So that's the reason why we backed it. Yeah. It came with some really good reviews of it. Just because the tiles that go on the board are acrylic.
Oh. Well, you got me there.
Yeah.
Acrylic and pretty colors.
The building or whatever that's on it is painted on there, and then everything else is acrylic to pick up the background of the board below it.
Ooh.
So it looks pretty cool.
Interesting. Okay. Well, hopefully it'll be waiting for us when we get back from the retreat.
Yep. So this next one is the one that is waiting on boats. It's been waiting on boats for almost a month now, I think. But
it was supposed to be here in April.
Yes.
Now it's August. Something tells me we're not going to see it till September or October.
Possibly.
But this is an expansion for one of our favorite games. So
this is the Grand Carnival expansion and reprint. So we actually got the whole thing.
Yes.
Because we had the game in with everything that came with it at that point, but they did all new artwork. They made a bigger box to fit the expansion into it,
right? Which you could buy just the upgrade kit, which we initially did.
Yes,
and then we started talking about it, and it wasn't that much more just to go all in and get everything, and then we can take the one we have and put it in the travel collection so
Yes.
that other people could enjoy it too.
Yes, because it's a great game.
It is a great game.
If you haven't ever played Grand Carnival, it's all about building a carnival out. Now, with this expansion, you're going to different cities now. You're traveling. So it's a traveling carnival now.
Well, it's polyomino, which is always
It's,
one of
it's
I
a
love this.
dual layer
It's a dual layered dual layered tile placement where the first layer of tiles is standard square tiles, but by laying those down, you're building the spaces for the polyominoes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're building your construction sites to put the polyomino tiles onto. So it's dual layered tile placement with polyominoes. So how could you go wrong with that?
Yep.
And it's a fun theme. It's interesting. So I really love the game. Can't wait to get this expansion and see all the new artwork and whatnot. Get a bigger box because that poor box is busting at the seams.
Right.
So
all right. So the next one is one that you backed because the last Age of Rome and Grand Carnival is two that I backed, and of course I talked to her about it. Although Age of Grand Carnival, we knew we were going to back no matter what, so there was no talking about it at all. We were getting this. So anyway, this next one you backed.
Yes.
You backed it the year before too. This is the Dice Tower 2023.
Yes, I've backed this one for the last 3 years actually. And I've gotten their puzzles, and I don't go in for a lot of the promos and stuff because we don't have a lot of the really big games that the promos are for.
Yeah.
So I don't do those, but I do get their game tote, the game bag, and I always get the puzzle. And so yeah, I like to support them. But
I say we give the puzzle to my dad.
Oh, we totally should.
And let him try and figure it out. It's like, who are these people?
What is this?
Why do these dice have legs and faces and arms?
Oh, that would be great. That'd be awesome.
So yeah, my dad really likes playing, doing puzzles. So.
Yes. Well, it keeps him occupied.
Him busy.
Yep.
Keeps his brain sharp.
Yep. All right. Next.
So the next one is one that we both decided on. This is one that I really looked at and I was like, this is really cool. It's by the same people who did Dinogenics, which is another one of my all-time favorite dinosaur games. And it's probably in my top 10 games of all times. But this is Deep Shelf.
Okay.
It's very purple.
It's very purple. I haven't looked at the page on this one for a while.
Oh yeah. This is a very, very purple game. And just like Dinogenics, it's the darker colors.
Yeah.
This one is the darker colors with a lot of purple and blue.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of the cool little wooden tokens to it, but it also has minis. At least that picture looks like it had minis in it.
Yeah. The picture looks like it has lots of minis or wood pieces, one of the two. I can't tell whether those are wood or minis.
Oh, I was going to scroll. Oh, yeah. So you have a 55 millimeter tall. What is it? It looks like it's a sea serpent, I guess. Well, it's in the sea, so I imagine it's
55 millimeters. That's only 5.5 centimeters.
Okay, you're talking Greek to me.
It's about 2.5 inches.
Okay. Hey, I never could understand
a
metric system. I had a hard enough time understanding our own system. And then they threw the metric stuff on. I was like, wait, what?
And you're a carpenter? That's scary.
My tape does not have centimeters or millimeters or anything. It's inches.
Okay. All right. Anyway, this one looks really interesting. It's all about humanity surviving under the sea. So, or turning to the sea for resources anyway. An engine building board game of deep sea exploration. Cool.
The little ships are on the clear stands.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I see that now. Okay.
And it's got like a little hauler that you put your cubes in as you're collecting them to take them away. And that looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. I can't wait to, like I said, get into this one too.
So, yeah. So they have blue as a player color. They have red as a player color.
Well,
so
then we're good. We're set. Oh, look, they even have green and purple.
Do they really?
Yes. I'm looking at the green and purple pieces. We're going to have to get Mark and Jess over here to play this one. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's just fate. All right. And the final one we're going to talk about today, we are going to save the last 6 for next episode because I know we're already running long because of Gen Con. So, but we're going to save the last 6 for next episode.
This is the one I talked about, guys.
I backed a game. It was just a little card game. Was not expensive. Called Hissy Fit.
It's cats.
This is. I was just spoiled it. I was going to say this is not about 2-year-olds. This is about cats.
Well, it could be about 2-year-olds. We have some cats that act like they're 2-year-olds.
We do have two-year-old cats. So, and they argue every morning. Every morning. As soon as I feed them, they're both fighting. Bless their little hearts. But meanwhile, the 9-year-old looks on like, you guys are idiots.
Cat on the cover looks really pissed.
Well, he's mad. That's why it's a hissy fit.
Well, I'd be mad too if I was being forced in a cage. Look at the box. He's getting forced into a cage.
They're going to the vet, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember what the theme is now.
I'm going to put you in a cage next time you have to go to the doctors, okay?
Okay. I'm not sure that's legal, but okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, no, I mean, it's $20. So I thought it was a cute little card game. Worst case, about $20.
So what'd you say it was? A set collector or what is it?
I think it's a set collecting, but
You think it's a set collecting? It had a cat and it was a cute cat. Apparently, that's why she backed it. And it was only $20. So
backed this 6 months ago. I don't remember. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've looked at a lot of other things since then because you've made me.
Did they have a pledge level where you could actually put your cat on a card?
Yeah, they did actually.
And you didn't do that?
It was already sold out.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, I'd have loved to have put Jarvis on there, or Goose, or Bucky. You know.
Oh, there you go. Get your cat in the carrier. $100.
Yeah, it was already sold out. They only did a few of them.
Get your cat in a promo pack.
Well, they also had a pledge level where you could adopt a cat. I don't remember what the details were. No. Yeah, you could they would refund up to $200 of adoption fees if you adopted a cat at this pledge level.
I'm looking
which I thought was pretty cool.
I'm looking at a preview hissy video for Kickstarter here, a little farther down on the thing. I don't know if that's the designers that are holding, each of them are holding a cat. The one the guy's holding looks like Jarvis.
I gotta scroll.
We have a black cat, and if you go to the page and check it out, he looks like Jarvis, except for the one eye is a lot clearer than Jarvis's other eye.
Jarvis is he's
going blind.
He is. So, but anyway, it looked like a cute card game. It was $20, and it supported cat adoptions. So
if this had a dog on it, would you have backed it?
Maybe. I don't know.
What about cute little carpenters?
There are so many reactions to that. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
The proper reaction to that would be, why would I want a card game after a cute little carpenter when I have one?
That's not one that crossed my mind.
Oh. See what I go through, people? Gee, mini Christmas. Wow. I feel the love. I feel the love.
Okay, let's move on.
So that's going to end it for our Kickstarters that are coming right now.
Oh my goodness. We'll cover the rest of them next week.
Yep. So we're going to go into a segment that we call the ins and out of board game collections. In this segment, we are going to kind of go over, we do a segment on our YouTube channel of playing through our collection, and we're going from beginning from A to Z and doing it in alphabetical order, just by the letters, not every game in alphabetical order. But we also did the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers were first. So what we're going to do is we're going back through and talking about, we're going to hit all the numbers right here. We're going to talk about our favorite game out of the numbers of the games that we have or have played.
At the time.
The game that we just didn't like and it left the collection.
Mm-hmm. And
then the surprise of the collection when we played these. So, so our in.
Yeah. All right. So we had, first of all, we had on this episode, we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We had 11 games on this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
you want to name them off?
I'm going to name them off real quick, and then maybe they can guess which ones they were. So we had the 2 of the 10 days series, 10 days in Africa, 10 days in Europe, 13 Dead End Drive, 1313 Dead End Drive. Guess what that one's about?
A dead end drive.
221 Baker Street, Master Detective, and 221 Baker Street, The Time Machine. We had 39 Clues, 5-second Rule, 789, as in 7,
8,
8,
9,
9, 7 Wonders, and 7 Wonders Duel. Now, out of those 11, one of them went up for sale. Everything else pretty much stayed the same. They stayed in the collection they were currently in. Nothing else moved. Of the ones that we did not like, do you want to start with liked or didn't like?
It's the ins and outs. So
Ins and
we're
outs.
doing
Okay,
the
we'll
ins.
do the ins first. Fine.
So the game that stayed.
One of the games that stayed, our favorite of all of the games
Yes.
that we played and that stayed, is 7 Wonders.
Yeah.
Now, you prefer 7 Wonders Duel. I prefer the full-on 7
I will
Wonders.
play either one of them, but 7 Wonders Duel plays a lot faster than 7 Wonders.
It does. It does play a lot faster. I like 7 Wonders Duel. Or not Duel, I'm sorry. I prefer the full-on 7 Wonders, maybe because it's just a more social game. Although nobody's talking to each other, but that's beside the point.
Well, 7 Wonders, there's not a lot of planning you can do in it. 7 Wonders Duel, you can kind of see what's coming up and what you need to do to be able to ensure that you're going to get that card.
Yeah, it's a little more cutthroat. Just saying.
It's not what I like about it, but
okay.
Yeah.
So no, I will play both of them, but I prefer 7 Wonders to 7 Wonders Duel. But it's just 7 Wonders is, if you're not familiar with it, it is a card drafting set collecting game. Everybody starts out their hand with 7 cards. I want to say it's 7 cards in first. Or no, you just deal till they're, I think it's just 7 cards though. I think everybody starts with 7 or 8 cards. You're drafting 1 card and passing it on. And you keep doing this, and it plays up to 7 people, which is wonderful. But you keep doing this until there's only one. You have 2 cards left in your hand, and then you pick one, discard the other, done. And as you are taking the cards, though, as you're taking them and passing the rest of the hand on, you're laying your cards out so everybody can see what you have, whether you're collecting science or you're collecting straight up victory points or you're collecting military. Everybody can see what you have. So you might have some of your neighbors keeping things from you or not caring and just passing on all that military so you can wipe out everybody. You know, it is what it is. But I don't know. I really like it. Like I said, it's all set collection and points.
Yep.
In the long run. So, all right. But the one we decided that was leaving, and this was actually the only one from this video that left, was a game called 39 Clues.
Yeah, this one just was.
It has a 4.6 on BGG.
Yeah.
Only 11 ratings. There's really not even that many ratings. I'm surprised it even has a rating, considering it only has 11 ratings.
I don't even think we ever. I don't know if I know we didn't rate this thing, but
no, we've played this one twice.
Yes.
It's basically this weird trivia where you're flying from one continent to another and answering questions at different cities, but the trivia has nothing to do with the cities. It's all one straight trivia pack. It's all geography, geography questions, but it may not have anything to do with the country that you're playing is currently in.
Right.
It was just kind of
really weird. And you're going to get keys, and there's a way you could take keys.
You could take keys from other people. There's ways you can just flat up lose the keys, and you have to have. There aren't enough keys for everybody in the game to get one of all of them.
Yep.
So you've got to take keys from other people if you want to win. We're not big on trivia games to begin with, and we're as we weed through the travel collection, we are trying to be very picky, especially with the trivia games, which can get really dated, or with the party games, which can get dated, honestly.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be very careful about that kind of thing. And this is one of those that it just didn't hit the mark. We have so many history and geography games, trivia games, history and geography trivia games. I knew I'd get the words out in the right order eventually. But This one
Speaking's
just
hard.
speaking is hard. This one just didn't. There are just so many others that do it so much better.
Yeah.
So this one hit the sale pile.
Yep. So,
all right,
so
and
to
then
end it, we're going to talk about the surprise of the number group.
The number group. Well, we wrote down the 10-day series.
Yeah,
it is for what it is, and I don't know which one did you log on here?
I think we got Europe. I think Europe is the one that's linked.
Okay. Europe has a 6.6.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fabulous.
No.
But all in all, it's not a bad game. It's all of these games play in essentially the exact same way.
Yeah.
Everybody starts out with a hand of 10 tiles that are all lined up on a board in in order
of how you draw them.
It's in the order of how you draw them, depending on the set, because one of the games lets you put them in order as you draw them, but once you put them somewhere, you can't change them.
Right.
So they may end up all out of whack by the time you're done anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of the game is you are trying to plan out a 10-day trip in whichever continent that this particular game is based in, whether it be Europe, Africa, the US, and I think there's an Asia one out there.
Yes, there's an Asia.
Okay. So you're putting these tiles out that are either different countries, or in the case of the states, it's different. I think it's just the states.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's regions. I think it's states. There's also transportation cards, whether it be airplane or boat or Jeep, and they vary from game to game.
Yep.
So you're trying to line up your tour across the country. Now, the countries and or states are all different colors, and there's usually 4 or 5 different colors in the game.
Yeah.
And you can travel from the same color to color using that color plane, or you can simply drive across, like in the one with the Jeep, you can drive across one state, so you can skip a state if you have a Jeep card there, or you can just simply walk across the state line or the country line, the border. You can walk across the border. It's just interesting to try to get everything in order, because you can't just rearrange your cards. You have to literally discard something off of your tableau and pull a brand new card and put it in that spot. So you're literally just trying to shuffle your cards by discarding and pulling things back.
Yep.
It's just really interesting the way it plays. I love this game. Maybe it was part of being a travel agent for years.
Yeah.
But I never won.
I know the first couple of times though, I think you've won this before.
I probably have won it a couple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you've won it before, because
okay. The ones I'm looking at, you've won both of the recent ones, and we don't have scores on the older ones.
Okay. Well, the first couple of times I played, I was like, this is a ridiculous game.
Yeah.
But
There's
then we
pulled strategy involved.
Yeah, and then we pulled it out for our playthrough videos, and I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
On how you got to it might be a token, a what are those? They're not cards.
They're tiles.
They're tiles, yeah. It might be a tile you need, but it's in the wrong order. And depending on which one you're playing, you can't just move it down or swap it. You have to get rid of it
and hope nobody takes
redesign,
it off the discard pile.
Or cover it up, so you got to try and redesign it from there. And if it does get covered up, it's like, okay, so what's my next option here? And it is really cool. Just trying to organize it to get it to go through.
The fact that they included this really colorful board that is used for nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
The fact it's a big map.
It lets you see where things are at.
Yes, it gives you all colors and gives you your locations.
Yeah.
You never physically touch that board ever.
I think we need to get little cubes, so when we're putting it out, we can follow it.
Go.
Not as you're doing your route, because that would give it away. But at the end, when you're doing it, so you can say, okay, I'm starting here, and put a plane there or whatever, or your little meeple or something.
Now you've given me ideas. Christmas. You should know better than that.
Right.
So, but anyway, so yes, that was our surprise. We've had these games for a really long time, and I found both of them at Goodwill.
Yeah.
I mean, they were
there's some more surprises as we get along here.
Yeah.
Once we actually catch up to where we're at right now, then we'll do it from video to video. But right now we're just kind of catching up, and
Get caught
because we just recorded the second part two of the eyes,
Part 2 of the eyes. We're getting ready to start.
and probably by the end of the
part
week
3.
we'll be doing part 3.
Yeah.
Part 1 is out.
We're on episode
37.
I am in the middle of editing episode 37 right now. So
part 2 of the eyes.
now we're going to start doing like 2 episodes per episode. But we didn't have time this time because of Gen Con. We're blaming Gen Con for this one.
2 episodes. Oh, 2 letters.
2 letter. Well, 2. Yeah, I don't know. We'll
2
figure
groups.
it out. 2 groups.
So like next show we'll be doing like A's and B's.
No, just A's because we had we had 5 episodes.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we'll do all of the A's.
Ooh, that's gonna be a long one. Do I have to read all those off?
Well, yeah.
Guys, it's gonna be a long one next episode.
This one's already been a long one.
We might have to split that in half.
We like to talk here.
So
okay.
all right.
So
all right.
It is quiz time
Oh my gosh.
for Katy. So
okay. Let me have it.
This is actually a ranking quiz.
A ranking quiz.
Ranking quiz. Here's what it is. According to Board Game Geek, rank these 10 games that we own that has an actual rating on BGG. Or ranking, I should say, on BGG. There are some games that we have that have no ranking.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Or a rating.
That doesn't surprise me.
But these are going to be from, you're going to rank them from best to worst.
Can I write these down at least?
Yes, you can write them down as I tell you, though.
Oh, okay.
But
paper.
I'm going to tell you where the rankings are at. So you're going to be ranking between 24,766 to 22,590. We have 10 games in that grouping.
Are they in our collection or the travel collection?
They are in our collection.
Wow,
yeah.
Really?
All of these are in our collection. They're sitting here in the game room right now.
Wow. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know we have some really old games in here and some very obscure games. And
looking at the list, there might be one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's still here. That might not be in this collection anymore, but I believe it is. So now you're walking around.
All right. I have grabbed my handy dandy dry erase board and a wet erase marker. So this will work. All right.
Okay. So we have the Oregon Trail card game.
That is not in this room anymore, but okay.
Okay, that's the one I thought. I'm not 100% sure if that was still in here.
I'm not even sure it's in the other room anymore, but I think it is.
It was still listed in our collection.
Okay,
so apparently you have not transferred it over yet.
Yeah, that got moved a long time ago.
Okay, so Parker Brothers Battlestar Galactica.
You hate that game.
Yep. Dante's Inferno. Well, it's in between 22,590 and 24,766. So it's pretty low ranking.
Okay.
We didn't play test this either.
Oh my god.
Or I'm sorry, we didn't play test this at all.
Are they both on there?
No.
Okay.
Risk.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Inca, which we just played at Gen Con.
We just played, and it doesn't surprise me. It ranks that low. It's so unknown.
Megastar. Which we have mega copies of that we can't seem to get rid of.
Well, we only have 1 copy left. We've been giving them away.
Okay.
And
the Market of Althuran.
Wow. Okay. Although again, I'm not surprised.
If I think I pronounced that right.
Rien.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there. Cubic.
I knew that was going to be in there.
And deck building, the deck building game.
Favorite game.
So you don't actually have to have the I have where they're ranked, what their ranked number is. You just got to get them in order.
Good Lord. These are like really every one of the other than Risk. Risk is probably the only one on here that's not completely obscure.
Well, Oregon's Trail, when it first came out, a lot of people heard it.
That's true, and everybody hates it.
Yep, everybody hates it. We've played it once, and we died of dysteria.
We did.
We both did.
All of these actually have a ranking. Huh?
They all have a ranking.
I wouldn't have thought half of these even had a ranking.
Well, if they're on there, they have to have a ranking. Doesn't mean they have a rating.
Oh, okay, got you.
But they have the ranking. We actually have one game on here that's not ranked at all.
Not ranked or rated.
Ranked or rated, but it's on BGG, which I'm not going, how does it not have a ranking? But
because there's nobody's even given any kind of rating to it. It probably has no ratings.
That game was LCR.
Oh, that's funny because that is a really popular party game. You can still buy that today. Interesting.
But
okay.
You
anyway,
need to rank.
I need to rank.
I will look up LCR again. But when I looked at it, I didn't think I seen a.
All right. I'm going to guess. Oh my gosh. I don't even know.
Oh, it does have a rank. LCR was ranked 24,845.
24,845.
For that was.
And what are the rankings
LCR.
I'm looking at right now?
You're looking between 24,766 to 22,590.
So LCR ranks below these.
LCR was ranked below them.
Okay.
It was our lowest ranked game we have in our collection. And it's not played.
No, it's not played, but we're coming up on the L's. By the end of the year. We're going to have to play it soon. Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
So let's go at number 10.
Oh, all right. I have a feeling it's going to be Battlestar. Parker Brothers Battlestar. No?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. You're not going to tell me if I'm right?
You're going to write them all down, then I'll tell you if you're right.
Oh, you are a pain in my butt. Okay. We're going to go with Oregon Trail then.
At number 9 is Oregon Trail.
Sure. I'm going to say Risk is number 1 because it is the most known of all.
It's the highest of them. Okay.
I'm going to say Risk is the highest. Yeah. I am totally guessing here because I have no idea. 6, 5, and I'm wishful thinking. 3,
Dante's Inferno at 4.
2. Nope, I missed 3. We'll just go that way. Okay.
Okay.
Totally wrong.
So at number 10, you have
Battlestar Galactica.
That is incorrect.
What is
it? It is the Oregon Trail.
Put that down.
At number 9, you have the Oregon Trail, and that is Parker Brothers Battlestar Galactica.
I had those two mixed up, and I almost switched that out.
And what do you have for number 8?
Number 8 I have is Megastar.
Megastar is incorrect.
What is number?
It is Dante's Inferno at 24,522.
That is wrong.
What do you have for number 7?
Number 7 I had We Didn't Play Test This.
That is correct.
Ooh, I got
24,529.
Nice. Okay.
Number 6.
Number 6 I had Deck Building, the deck building game. Deck Builders.
Incorrect.
In the butt. What number is it? Or what is
number 6 is Risk at 24,068.
Something beat Risk? That's shocking.
5 other things beat Risk.
Writing these, and I'm not going to be able to find the ones I did. Okay. So I had that one.
So number 5.
Number 5 I had Market of Alturas.
It is Inca.
Okay.
At 23,574.
Since it was a Queen game, it might rank a little higher than that, but it's also a 20-year-old Queen game. So, okay.
So number 4?
Number 4.
You erased
Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno, you had it number 4. Number 4 is Megastar. 23,417. So
Dante's Inferno and Megastar just literally flipped.
I guess so.
That's funny.
Number 3.
3 I had Cubic.
Nope. It is The Markets of Althuran, 22,829. Number 2.
Number 2 I had Inca, but now I'm thinking it's okay. That one was correct. Those were just flipped. I can't believe I just.
So you know Inca was wrong because Inca's already been said what it was.
Is it deck building?
It is not deck building. It is Cubic.
Cubic
is number 2 at 22,733, and the deck building game is 22,590.
You chose that number specifically, so that would be your number 1. I should have.
No, I did not.
Totally
I did 10. I did 10 because originally I had LCR on here, and I didn't see the ranking for it.
Okay.
So I dropped LCR and added because deck building was the next one in line.
Okay. Whatever.
So that is Katy not knowing too much about what our game. You got one right. Yes.
Of them were, my 9 and 10 were flipped, and my
8 and
flipped.
8 and 4 was flipped. Yep.
I cannot believe
Risk is that far
Wow.
down?
I can't believe Risk is that far down.
And you had Risk at number
Definitely
1, right?
For one. Now Cubic,
Cubic's number 2.
I was impressed that was 2. Now granted, it's still 24,000 down the list, but I was impressed it was number 2 because that's an old childhood favorite. So,
Yeah, it is actually kind of fun.
yeah,
It's
an
like
interesting game.
3D tic-tac-toe or
Connect 4 tic-tac-toe.
yeah, kind of
thing.
it was kind of a
it's
Connect 4
4
type of
is it
thing.
4? It's 4 Pro.
Yeah. When I seen the
So,
game
yeah.
Holy come out, I was like,
Yeah.
hey, look, it's Cubic, but
Yeah.
with a lot of color.
Yeah, and not as many shields and not as many layers. And yeah,
Right.
I love the game.
Mhm.
So don't
So-
play it often, but I love it. All
Yep.
right.
So
Well, that was interesting.
that is your quiz for this week's episode. So do you want to quiz next week or our next one?
I don't
do
know.
you do
We'll
the
see.
quiz?
Oh, geez.
I could do a quiz again. It may not be this.
Well, I hope not. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
It'll be a surprise.
This is going to bring us to the end of episode 48. We'd like to remind you that both episode 37, part 2 of the Eyes, and our mid-year challenge video. And what is the other one you said was coming out?
I'm gonna have the unboxing
done.
done. Probably by the time this drops. Hopefully, it will be up to
the unboxing for
the Life of the Amazonia.
Life of the Amazonians will be coming out. Will be dropping soon on the YouTube channel, so check that out. Keep a lookout for it. We also have Dice Tower Retreat coming up, so if you're attending, we'll see you there. Also, if you want to follow us on social media, just follow the link in the show notes. There you'll find the links to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and our merch shop. If you want to dress like a Meeple Society person, you gotta buy our merch.
Just tell us your color.
Or you can contact us directly at meeplesociety@mail.com. Yes, I said mail.com. There is no G there. It's just meeplesociety@mail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next one.
Weirdo.